our first SOL review, we're looking at, what are we looking at? Expressions and operations, right? All right. So this was for homework. How many of you guys tried number 1? Good. What'd you get? You got B?
This one is like, you do to the exponent, you like subtracting?
Well, you know what? This, we have a rational expression, right? Guys, whenever you have rationals, what you should do is factor x squared minus 4. How do you factor this? Yeah, LCD. Yeah, but with this one, you don't have to worry about the LCD. But you're right, it is. It is that same unit. X squared minus 4. How do you factor that? Dose, right? So x squared minus 4 becomes x plus 2 times x minus 2. Do you agree? X squared minus 4x plus 4. Isn't that AM? So two numbers that multiply to give me 4 and adds to give me negative 4. What are they?
Negative 2 and negative 2.
Negative 2 and negative 2.
And then you have the two identical ones on the top right hand and the bottom left hand corner, so you can kill them.
So after you factor everything, you just find whatever's the same on the top and the same on the bottom and just cross them out. You don't have to kill them, just cross them out. Okay? X minus 2 and this x minus 2. Just cross those out. What's left over?
X plus 2 and x minus 2 and the division sign in between.
So it's B. Yeah? Any questions about this? Okay. So let's look at the next one, which is equivalent to that. All right. Fraction times a fraction. You know, when we have a fraction times a fraction, I like making it one long fraction. It's the same thing, right? So anytime that you can factor, you need to. So if you have 6a plus 12, guys, you can GCF factor this.
6.
Yeah, 6, and then it's what? A plus, what's 12 divided by 6?
2.
Right? Over A.
Wait, you got the A cubed.
Times A cubed.
You don't have to flip it though, right?
No. Over A plus 2. Right? When do you flip it, Timon?
When it's divided?
When it's divided. Thank you, Sabrina. You know too. And Cindy, thank you. All right. So now that I have everything factored, you're going to see what's the same on the top and on the bottom. What can I cross out? The A plus 2's. So then now I have 6a cubed over A. But guys, A cubed means I have how many of them? 3, right? So if I were to expand this out, that's really 6a over A. Right? What else can you cancel out? Yeah. So then what's left over? 6a squared, so it's A. A lot of A's in this problem. Questions about this? So easy when we do it together, isn't it? All right, which is equivalent to this? So this, Abner, is when you do the LCD, okay? When you add or subtract fractions, that's when you have to do the LCD, okay? So we have 3x over 7 plus 5y over 14x. Let's find the LCD because right now their denominators are not the same. Fraction 1, what's on the bottom? Fraction 2, what's on the bottom? 14x. Break down 14. 2 times what? 7, and then you have the x, right? So now, if you break them down into factors, now you can look at it and go, huh, do you see anything that appears more than once? What do they have in common? Huh? 7. So that one, you just write one time. But remember, everything else needs to come down. So what else needs to come down?
2.
The 2 and the
X.
x. What is 7 times 2 times x? 14x. So 14x is your LCD.
So that goes in line.
Yeah, so that means both of those fractions on the bottom.
You multiply that.
Yeah, multiply the first one by what? To look like this.
14x.
No, look. It already has the 7. What does it need?
For the 2.
2 and the
X.
x. Times 2x on the bottom, then you times 2x on the top. Is the second fraction missing anything?
Whoa.
Okay, so then this becomes 14x on the bottom. What on the top?
2x.
What is 3x times 2x?
Which you combine that.
Right, because it's 3x times 2x plus 5y. Yeah, I heard you, Tom. Right, so then you have to like simplify out this numerator, like do what's there. 3x times 2x, Tom said is 6x squared plus 5y all over 14x. Ethan, can I factor that numerator, 6x squared plus 5y? No, you cannot. So then this is it. This is your answer. So it's C. Questions? All right, let's try the next one. Which is equivalent to this, oh my goodness, complex fraction. Sabrina, you know how much I love complex fractions, right? They're so exciting. It's basically a fraction divided by a fraction. But it looks so funny. It just looks like a weird tower when it looks like this, right? Let's draw our fraction bar just a little bit longer so that we can see clearly where the fraction is, or where the two fractions are, right? So then now, instead of writing it up and down, we're going to write it side to side, from left to right. So then this becomes everything on the top, which is x over x plus 7, divided by what's on the bottom? Over x plus 7, right?
Okay.
So all of these that have more than one term, I'm going to put parentheses around them just so I remember I can't start crossing stuff out, right? They go together. So I have a division. What do you have to do?
You have to flip it.
So this is same times flip. Keep the first one the same. Change your division sign to a times, and you flip the second one. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then now what?
LCD.
Well, no, because you're not adding or subtracting. Yeah, now you cross out whatever's the same. Thank you. So, Cindy, what can I cross out? X plus 7. Abner, can I cross out anything else? No. So my answer is x over x minus 9.
C.
C. Good. All right. I think this is the hardest section in this whole packet.
This one.
This problem would be the hardest type, right? You have a complex fraction, so you have fraction on top of a fraction, but you also have to subtract and add, right? So let's rewrite this. Up on top, I have 1 over x minus 4 over y, divided by 2 over x plus 5 over y. Yes? So since you have a subtract and a plus on the top and on the bottom, what you need to do is you need to add or subtract. Get one fraction before you can do the flip, okay? So with your top one, find the LCD. Fraction 1, what's in the denominator? Huh? X. Fraction 2, what's in the denominator? Y. Do they have anything in common? No. So what is your LCD?
XY.
XY. Good. So what does the first one need to look like the LCD? Y. So whatever you multiply on the bottom, you multiply on the top. All right, and the second fraction, what is that missing? X. Whatever you multiply on the bottom, you multiply on the top. So let's see what we get. XY on the bottom, let's see. Up on top, we have y minus what? You see what I'm doing? Y minus 4x. You can't see that. Y minus 4x. Right?
Tough problem.
I know. This is. Divided by, let's do the next one. Find the LCD because that one, their denominators are not the same. You know, I like this one because isn't it going to be the same LCD, right? Fraction 1, what's in the denominator? X. Fraction 2, do they have anything in common? No. So what is the LCD? XY. What is the first one missing to look like the LCD? Y. So multiply the bottom, you multiply the top. What's the second one missing? X. Multiply the bottom, multiply the top. So let's see. XY on the bottom. What is on the top?
2y.
Plus
5x.
5x. Can you factor that? No, there's no GCF. You can't do anything else with it, right? So now I have one fraction divided by one fraction. What do I do when it's divide?
Flip.
You flip it upside down.
Good. Remember, same times flip. You're really multiplying, but you got to flip the second one. So all of these with the plus and the minus, I'm going to put parentheses around just to remind myself I can't cut through them. All over xy times, flip the second one, right? xy over 2y plus 5x.
Cross them out.
What do you cross out?
XY.
Good. xy. Cross out the xy, and Abner says it's b, and I agree. Good job. Good job. Not bad, right? You just have to keep everything organized. Hernan, you feel good?
Yeah.
Is this, yeah? All right, what about this? Guys, this one, really easy after the last one, okay? If you look, fraction times a fraction. Since they're multiplying, Tim-Win, do I need to find the LCD?
No.
No, right? Because they're multiplying. A plus B cubed, basically that means A plus B times A plus B. 3 of those, right? We got 3 of those. All over 18. Times 2 over how many A plus B's? 2 of them.
Then you can cross out 2 of them.
2 over 2 of those. A plus B times A plus B.
And then cross it.
You cross out 2 of them?
So it's just A plus
So you have 2 times a plus b on the top, all over 18. But wait a minute, can I just leave it like this?
No, you have to make it a plus b, and then you take the 18 and the 2, and you put the 9 on bottom, so it's a plus b.
Yeah, because 2 over 18 gives you 1 9, right? So this becomes, well, the 9 crosses out to 1, that becomes 9. Yeah? So then what Tom is saying is a plus b over 9, which is a. All right, so we're past that one now, past the hardest section. So now let's look at radicals. If you look at this packet on the left, it gives you some helpful hints and some notes, right? So I'm going to show you guys some calculator tricks whenever I can also, okay? Look at number 1. Which expression is equivalent to the cube root of a squared? Look at your answer choices. What do they all have them written as? A fraction exponent, right? A rational exponent. So for this, please write down power over root. That's how you write it in the other form. Okay? A to the power over root. What is the power on that A? Is it the 2 or the 3?
3.
The power?
Oh.
The 2. The power is the exponent on the A. What is the root? 3. So this is a to the 2/3 power. It should be b. Right? Number 2. Which is equivalent to the cube root of 8x to the 6? All right. Cube root of 8x to the 6. Well, guys, do one thing at a time. Oh, no, I just did blue on blue, didn't I? There we go. What's the cube root of 8? 2. Cube root of 8 is 2. What is the cube root of x to the 6? 2 ways you could do
You
this.
divided 6 by 3.
Yeah. You can do this one of 2 ways. You can say x to the power over root, which is, what's 6 divided by 3? 2. Or you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 x's. You need groups of 3. You can get 2 groups. Right? So x squared. There you go. Answer C. Pretty good? Radicals are way easier after that rational stuff, right? All right, so number 3. Look at number 3. Are there any x's or y's or z's or anything? It's all numbers. Anytime you have all numbers, put it into the calculator, okay? So let's try this out. 16 to the 3/4 power. Make sure you put it in the calculator right. Fractions, put it in parentheses. Caret for the power. Let's put that in. Tell me what you get. Cindy, you already have it? Tell me what you get. You got A? 8?
Yes.
So letter B?
Yes.
What'd you get, Abner? Do you not have a calculator? Come on! Take it out of your backpack. Do we know how to put this in? So, 16 to the 3/4 power, right? You get 8. This is the letter B. You get it, Timon?
Yeah.
All right. So that one's the letter B. Good. So look at the next one, which is equivalent to Oh, so this one, guys, I want all of you guys to pay attention to this one, okay? Number 4. Number 4, they gave you a to the 1/2 times b to the 3/4. If you look at your answer choices, it looks like they put it into radical form, right? But here's the issue. Remember, it's power over root, right? Your roots here, oh no, you have a 2 and a 4. They're not the same, right? Let's make them the same. So, in order to make those the same, you basically have to find the LCD, right? Here's an easier way to find the LCD when you have just numbers. You can go to the calculator. Go to math, go to number. You see that LCM? Okay? Math, number, LCM.
This is probably
Yep, these common multiple. That's what we're looking for. So 2, 4. Right? 4, right? What is the smallest multiple that they have in common, basically? So that means both of these want to be 4. B is already 4 in the denominator, right? So I don't have to do anything. Just bring down your 3. But what does 2 need to be 4? 2. It needs to multiply by 2. So whatever you multiply by 2, if you multiply by 2 on the bottom, you multiply by 2 on the top. So this becomes 2/4. Yes? So if you do the power over root and change it back, which one is it? A, B, C, or D? C, but look, the root is 3 for that one. Oh, D. All right. Any questions about that one? Okay. So number 5, which is equivalent to this? All right, I'm showing you a calculator trick here, okay? Shortcut time. All right. So I want you to go to your calculators. And what I want you to do is I want you to put in this expression right here into the calculator. So 2 root 12. Make sure you close your parentheses or arrow out of that radical, or else it's going to think everything you type in after goes inside, okay? 2 root 12 plus 3 root 3. Yes? Hit enter. Do you get this weird decimal? All right. So now you know what you're going to do? You're going to match that to your answer choices. Right? Because, like, say B, 5 root 15, I put that in, 5 root 15. If that's the answer, it should be the same decimal, right? But 5 root 15 is not, so I'm going to cancel that out, or cross that out.
Yeah, I have a question.
Could it be 16 and a half? No, it was like 12 point something, so I could cross out A, too. Which one works? C works? Try C. Let's see if Tom did this right. Tom, what is your question?
What if they try and trick you, and they give you one that matches up with the decimal, but it's not simplified all the way?
Well, then you already know. There you go. You just said it. It's not simplified all the way. They go with the one that has the more simplified numbers. And they won't try to just trick you. You know what I mean? They want to make sure, yeah, they just want to make sure that you know the basic concepts and you know how to apply them. Okay? The Algebra 2 SOL is a hard test. It's one of the hardest SOL tests that you will take. So I doubt they're in the business to get you, right? So just make sure you study all of these big concepts, okay? All right, so look at the next one. What is the simplest form of that? I'm gonna tell you. So I tried the shortcut calculator version for this. It's not worth it. It's way too long. It's just way faster to do this by hand. You ready? You have square root of 72x cubed minus 5x root 2x. Okay? When you add and subtract fractions, yeah, you only add and subtract the outside numbers if your inside numbers are the same. Does that make sense? Inside and outside the radical. So when I look at this, I have to look at this. I just did it again. I did the green on green again. 72x cubed, square root of that. Break it down. Tell me, 72 breaks down into what? What times what? 8 times 9, or what? Did you do the same thing? You did 8 times 9? No? 72.
12 times 3.
Alright, well, we'll just do 8 times 9. That's fine. 8 times 9, right? Can you break down 8? Can you break down 9?
Yes. Do this. 2 and 4 and 9.
2 and 4, and 9 is 3 and 3. So these 3's and that 2, they're prime, so I'm going to circle them. Okay? I'm not going to do it inside the radical like I normally do, just because I don't have enough room. That's okay? The 4 breaks down into 2 and 2. Do you agree? Yeah? How many do you need in a group to come out for square root? 2. Thank you, Abner. So I'm looking for groups of 2. Here's 1, so the 2 can come out. Here's 1, so a 3 can come out. What about that lonely 2? This one.
It comes down.
Well, but where does it go? Inside or outside? Inside, because it didn't have a pair, right? So that 2 has to go back inside. Now look at your x's. You have 1, 2, 3 x's. How many groups of 2? Just the 1. So 1 can come out. What happens to this lonely 1?
Goes inside.
Goes back inside, right? So we simplify square root of 72x cubed. Minus, well, there's nothing to simplify for the second one, so just bring it down. 5x root 2x. Yes? Okay. But over here, you have to multiply them. What's 2 times 3x? 6x root 2x minus 5x root 2x. Let's just copy the problem over. Are we okay? See if I can get this highlighting thing right this time. When you add and subtract, you see how these two, the radicals are the same? So if I use purple, it's too much. It's too dark. See? Right? It's not winning with what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to that.
With yellow, you can work on green.
Huh? There we go. Do orange. Oh, there we go. Pretty. Okay. Right? 6x minus 3x. That's what you can do. All you need to do is just subtract the outside. What's 6x minus 5x? 1x. And then you see how your radicals that are the same? You just bring them down. So x root 2x. Okay. Yeah? How are you guys doing so far? Good. All right, look at number 7. 7 and 8. Guys, those are all numbers. You really, literally can put both of those into the calculator. Let's try number 7 first. Put that into the calculator and be very careful. Tell me what you get. All right, and then we'll put it in together. So everyone keeps saying C, but let's put it in the calculator together. Let's try this. So you see how it looks like that, right? Let's put it in exactly the way we see it. Parentheses, 5 to the 5th. Did you do that? Divided by 2 to the 5th. Close. Yeah? To the parentheses, because it's a fraction. Negative 1/5. Well, because your calculator's fancy and it jumps it up.
Yeah, that's what mine says.
Yeah. If your calculator is fancy and has math type and it bumps it up, you don't need to put parentheses. But if yours is basic and it looks like mine, you have to. Enter.
If you hit load, and then you
I
go.
know. But most people, I know. Just 0.4, but then go to math, enter, and you get 2 bits. So, Sabrina, you see where you. So 2 bits for that one. Is that C? Yes. Good job. So how about number 8? Did the calculator trick work for number 8 too? It should. Yeah? Put the whole entire thing, put this whole entire expression into the calculator and match it up to one of these guys. See which one gives you the same decimal. Let's try it out. Yeah? Let's see. How do we put this into the calculator? Oh no. Oh, that's what's happening, huh? There we go. Okay. So we have the cube root. Make the screen a little bit bigger. Math 4. Cube root of 16. Make sure you close your parentheses after each radical, right? Plus 3 cube root of 54. Minus 2 cube root of 81. All right, so I get that fraction. You have that fraction. Okay, did you match it up to the answer choices? Do it now. What do you mean no? Do it now. So, if I match it up to B, 11 cube root of 2 minus 2 cube root of 3. Oh, B doesn't work. Doesn't match up. Somebody try A. A works. So Abner says A works. Hernan? Yeah? Sabrina? You have to try it now? Okay. Tinwin, check Abner, please, and Hernan. You should have A. Tinwin, did you get A too? You still? All right, so it should be A. If you didn't get it, that's fine. Please let me know. I'll be happy to help you. Okay? You guys are doing a great job. All right, so 2 sections down, right? The third one is all factoring. Let's look at factoring. Which is a factor form of 9x squared minus 25? Guys, what is the factoring method to use here? Dose. Dose, right?
Those one is like minusing, right?
Yeah, 2 terms minus plus, are these both squares, perfect squares? If you took square root of 9x squared, what is that? 3x, right? Square root of 9 is 3, square root of x squared is x. What's the square root of 25? 5. Remember, dose has to be subtracted in the middle, which that one is. Double parentheses, opposite signs. And then you just plug in each of those into their little spot here. 3x plus 5, 3x minus 5, so your answer is A. All right? Okay, and on the hints and notes on the side, there are some brief overviews of each method of factoring for you, okay? Number 2, which is a factor of 16x squared minus 1? Hey, isn't that one dose again? Yeah. Number 2 says which is a factor. They only want one of the factors. So if you factored out 16x squared minus 1, since it's dose, double parentheses, opposite signs, What's the square root of 16x squared? 2. What's the square root of 16?
It's 4.
4. So you have 4x, right? What's the square root of 1? 1. So 4x plus 1, 4x minus 1. Which one of those has a factor? B. Number 3, which is a factor? Guys, just plain old AM. I want you to do that. Find the two numbers that multiply to give you negative 15, adds to give you negative 2. Give me one of the factors, please. 3, negative 5. Excellent. So that tells me that my factors are x plus 3 and x minus 5. So which one of those has it? A, B, C, or D? C. Good. All right, questions about this? Okay, well then let's get to something a little bit more interesting. Which is a factor of 6a squared plus 5ab minus 6b squared. You know, you can always use whatever room you have on the sides there too, okay? Feel free to write all over this paper as you need. So 6a squared plus 5ab minus 6b squared. Yeah? This is a really, really complicated looking AM situation, right? But it's okay. It still follows the same process, guys. Since it has an A and it has a B, I know that I definitely need to do the bring down the first, bring down the last way. Right, Tom? Who are you texting?
Did you swing it?
Yes. We need to swing this guy over because there is no GCF and there's a number in the front. Thank you. So, negative 36, right? Now my new M number is negative 36. What's my A number? Still 5. So what two numbers multiply to give me negative 36 but adds to give me 5? Thank you. Negative 4 and 9. So that means bring down the first, 6a squared. Bring down the last, minus 6b squared. Let's rewrite the one in the middle, this ab, using the two numbers that we have, negative 4 and 9. So I'm going to say minus 4ab plus 9ab. You see what I'm doing? Now that I have 4, how do I factor when I have 4 terms? When you know this, how do I factor when I have 4 terms?
You probably should bring it down.
All right, you got to split it right in the middle. No, and then you GCF factor, right? You're not solving anything. There's no equal sign. What is the GCF on the left-hand side? Good. 2, and what else? A. We both have an A. So divide everyone by 2a, and you get 3a minus 2 what? B. And then how about on the right-hand side? Oh, not negative.
3b.
Oh, I mean positive. 3b, good. 3b. And remember, it's negative if it starts with a negative. Alright, so then you have 3a minus 2b. Did we do this right?
Yes.
Yeah, how do you know?
It matches.
Okay, matches, they're the same, good. So then the matching ones go in one set of parentheses. And then those GCFs, they go in the other one, so 2A plus 3B. So which is a factor, A, B, C, or D?
A. 2A plus 3B.
A. Do we agree with Tom?
Mhm.
Tom, are you still texting? You got your phone right in front of you instead of your calculator.
I know, but I did all of these.
So you're doing it with us too. Make sure you did it right. Are you 200% sure you did everything right? Number 5. Which is the factored form of
Use soap.
8x cubed plus 1. Alright, I'm going to show you guys something here. This is soap, right? Because you have,
A cube.
yeah, that cube. And 8 is a perfect cube. 1 is a perfect cube, right? Here's the thing. Also, when I look at my answer choices, look at that, 2x, 2x, 1, 1, 4x squared, 4x squared. You see how they're all the same, right? All of your terms are in the same order, and they're all the same. What is the thing that's different?
The signs.
The signs. So really,
Automatically.
all you have to do is just make sure that your signs are good.
D.
Same, opposite, always positive. What'd you say? Is D?
No, it's not D.
Okay, so same, so it has to start with a plus. So A is out because that starts with a negative. B is out because that starts with a negative, right?
D.
It's C. Same, opposite, always plus or always positive. Yeah?
How
Yeah, that's the
me
easy
on,
one.
how come me on yours is... Okay.
All right. What is the factored form of 1 minus y cubed? Guys, try that one. Same thing. They just switch the order. This one is B. Yes? You guys just did the soap trick with just the signs, right? Because everything else is the same. Good. Number 7 says, which represents the complete factorization of 4x squared minus 14x minus 8. So we can just straight factor it, or you could go backwards. Are you still on your phone? Tom, are you still on your phone? I'm going to take your phone. If you can't, hold on to it. All right. So you can factor this, or in the rare instance, because they don't really do this a whole lot anymore, if they give you all of it, you could double distribute and see which one matches that.
I just did it backwards and
Right.
undistributed it.
Well,
So
yeah,
I got
but that's what I'm saying. You can only do that if they give you all of it, right? Because for the other ones before, they just said, what is one of the factors, right? So you can't always double distribute. But anyway, let's factor this out because I think it's good practice. Now, first step in factoring is what? GCF, thank you. 4, 14, and 8. Do they have a GCF? Do they have a GCF? Yeah. What is the biggest number that'll divide evenly into all of them? 2. Good. So, let's divide everybody by 2. Then we have 2 on the outside. Let's see. 4x squared divided by 2. What do you get? 2x squared? What's negative 14x divided by 2? Good. Negative 7x. And what's a negative 8 divided by 2? Negative 4. Good. So now what do I do? Leave your GCF.
You have to split the 7.
You have to swing, right? I don't know what you mean by split the 7. What are you talking about?
The 7 has to go away.
Yeah, it replaces.
Yeah, but with what? You know what I mean? You have to tell me the step before that. What's 2 times negative 4? Negative 4.
8. Negative 8.
Negative 8. And adds to give you negative 7, right? What two numbers multiply to give you -8 and adds to give you -7? Good, -8 and 1. So that's where you're going to rewrite that guy. So leave your GCF alone. Bring down the first. Bring down the last. And rewrite your middle term, that x, using the two numbers. So -8x plus 1x. Yeah?
Split it in
Yes. And then now you can factor by grouping.
4, not
What?
2.
2 what? X. On the left-hand side, your GCF is 2x, and then you have x minus 4. On the right-hand side, what is your GCF?
It is 1.
1. Yeah, the only number that'll work is 1. Then you have x minus 4. I know we did this right because the parentheses match. So it's going to be x minus 4, 2x plus 1. Don't forget to bring down that 2, your GCF. And there you go. Which one is that? Okay, see? Right?
Yeah.
All right, questions? Okay. So this one, it says, given the area of a rectangle being 2x squared plus 5x minus 12, which of the following could represent the length of one side of the rectangle? Guys, what is the formula for area of a rectangle?
A equals, it's a long.
No.
Is it length times width?
Yeah.
Oh.
Length times width. So if your area is that polynomial, that means that length times width, those could be your factors, right? All that they're doing is they're asking you to factor it, and then just circle one of the factors. That's it.
So it's not length times width? You know what to do?
No, your length and your width would be your factors. That's all it is. So you have 2x squared plus 5x minus 12. Well, let's AM factor this.
Sweet.
You have to swing, yeah, because there's no GCF. Swing it over. What do you get? Two numbers that multiply to give you
24.
what kind? 24? Negative 24. And adds to give you 5. What two numbers multiply to give you negative 24 adds to give you 5? What numbers?
6.
Negative 3 and 8. Perfect. So bring down the first, bring down the last, and you're going to rewrite the number in the middle, the term in the middle, using the two numbers that you have. So minus 3x plus 8x. Right? And then the same thing we've been doing, divide it in half. Let's find the GCF of both sides. So what could be an answer? What's an answer? Huh? B?
Yeah.
B. Alright. Now, the last part, and this is the best part, it's the easiest part. Everyone needs to be doing this. Guys, the first thing you need to do when you get your calculator, is you need to go to mode and make sure that your calculator is on A plus BI mode. Huh? So go to mode, A plus BI. Because I guarantee you, when you get your calculators on SOL day, it's not going to be on A plus BI mode. So go to mode. Make sure that your A plus BI is on.
It has to be shaded, right?
Yep, it just has to be shaded. Yours is probably already shaded right now, but just make sure you know where to go for this. Okay, Cindy? Yeah? All right, so anything with eyes, put it straight into your calculator. Exactly the way you see it. So put in the first one and tell me what you get. First one, A. Perfect. What's the second one? D. Perfect. What's the third one? D. Good. Great job. Questions about this? Let's keep going. Let's do 4. We'll talk about 5. 4, you got A? Yeah? All right. Now 5 is a little bit weird. So 5, you have a fraction. Please make sure that you do this, okay? Oh my goodness, I thought it'd be thinner, but it's not. It's really weird. All right. There we go. Since you have more than one term in your numerator and your denominator, make sure you put them in parentheses when you put in the calculator for number 5. So in your calculator for that one, you want to do parentheses 5 plus I, close parentheses, divided by 1 plus 3i. Oh no, parentheses 1 plus 3i. You get this, right? But the cool thing is you could do math, enter, enter, and look at that. 4/5 minus 7/5 I. Which one is that? 4/5 minus 7/5 I is B. Right? Number 6, you could even put into the calculator. Since it's a negative inside a square root, that's an imaginary. And since your A plus BI is turned on, your calculator should be able to recognize that. What do you get for number 6? What'd you get? A? All right, perfect. Tillman, you're awfully quiet. You're getting these? All right. Ethan, you too. You quiet. You getting these? Kevin? All right. What is number 7? Oh, what was the answer? What'd you get? D? So number 7.
Yeah, wait.
All right.
We get another thing.
So number 7, I to the 24th power. If you put in just I to the 24th power, you get this, right?
We just like cancel everything and like go to the end.
Well, no, not just cancel everything, right?
Yeah.
So what happens is, what you need to do, you have to find E. You see that E right there?
Yeah.
Find whatever's right next to the E. So this one and this one, right? And that goes away. What's left over? 1. That's how you do it. But here's the better way. Go to math, number, I part. And then put in I to the 24th. And then you get 1. All right? And that'll just give you the answer. All right? So you don't actually have this problem, but I want you to put it on your paper somewhere. On the SOLs, you will have some where you need to type in your answer into the box. It's not all multiple choice. So what is this? 4 plus 2i times 4 minus 2i. Good. It is 20. So if you want to write down the problem, you can. All right? I just wanted you to do it now. All right?
That's what I got.
Good. So great job, guys.